Hello.
Hi.
We are here today to make an announcement.
Ooh.
Da 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 da.
Nice.
But first, let's set up the stage for that.
Yeah.
We're
Sounds
here
good.
to talk about the comprehensive ICR course, right? And how it has improved.
How it has improved, correct. So what is the comprehensive ICR course?
It's a course that has...
They're on the edge of their seat.
Oh, I know. Okay, so let me tell you guys. It is a course that was developed over 9 years of discovery based on the experiences of hundreds of CW students. And in the past 3 years, it's become the clear leader in CW education because of its outcomes.
Correct.
Which is really all that matters, right?
That's right. And one thing that really makes it unique, besides, of course, the outcomes, which is really all that matters, is it's a single course. It's not a series of courses or classes. It's a single course that provides really all the skills you need to be fluid and conversational with CW.
With CW. So we're back to the announcement part.
So here we are.
So we're here today to announce the new Instructional Video Series.
Check it out.
What we've done is we've taken the comprehensive ICR content, which is our success story.
Success
right?
story.
We
yes.
talk about mistakes. Well, you make mistakes, you embrace them, and you move on. The content remains the same. It's still one course.
For a good reason.
That's right. All you need is one course.
Well, and it's been so effective. It's been so effective, so efficient that there's no reason to change that. But what we have changed is what?
The delivery method.
It's how we deliver this, right?
So what is the Instructional Video Series? It's all of the comprehensive ICR content. I'm tripping over my words still. But it's now contained in a video series. We've taken our years of experience and we cover each of the skills that's involved in becoming conversational with CW in videos.
So why do we make the change?
Well, there's a lot of reasons.
Well, one of the main things, right? We hear from people. We listen to what they say.
That's right. This video series is far more detailed, informative, and concise because you can do that in a video. It allows for consistent class instruction across all of our classes. It also allows for students to review the material because the way we did it before, right? We'd be sitting in a class and we would walk through the material that we had on our website. But sometimes students would say, I don't remember what they said.
Right.
Now they can go back to a video multiple times if they need to review the material.
Right, and that time we spent covering that module or whatever, it's now freed up.
Right, instead we can focus on students' experiences, right, which is what we're there to do. It also does what? It
reduces the number of classes. So instead of meeting twice a week, we meet once a week. And this really accommodates so many more people who have said they really can't commit themselves to two classes per week.
Right.
That, everyone's busy. They're a parent working or whatever. Life happens. And so this is to accommodate more for that group and also for the people who would have taken it either way. It also gives them more time for the rest of their life and for putting in the dedicated practice that they need to outside of class.
And we don't lose the community component of this because we continue, we've used Discord in the past, but we rely upon it even more so now. We have a Discord server for each class, and there's a lot of camaraderie and communication that goes back and forth between the times that we meet.
Right. And that's a hugely important element of success, is that camaraderie, the friendships, the community, the support that people we can give to each other, right?
So we piloted this back in April, earlier this year.
Right, we spent the spring putting it together.
Right, and that's one of the reasons on the Poda Babe channel that people haven't seen very much content because I've been
quiet.
I know, I've been very busy with this, and it's been a huge success.
It really has been a wonderful success. And now it has become really the base curriculum, the delivery method for all our classes going forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what you're going to see here today, after we finish jibber-jabbering with one another.
Jibber-jabber.
Jibber-jabber, I love that word, is you're going to hear in their own words. We can come back to that in a minute. You're gonna hear in their own words several of the students that took this class in the pilot class as to their experience with the instructional video series.
Right. Correct. It's just some of that group. It's a good story, and we're proud of the work we've done, but we're mostly proud of the outcomes. Like we say, that's what this is all about.
Well, that's what we focus on at CW Innovations.
That's right.
We don't believe that we have figured out how to do everything perfectly, because we listen to our students and we hear what they have to say in the sense of feedback of what we can do better.
They have always guided us over the past many years. Just listen, listen, listen. They will tell you what is working well for them and what's not. But don't just be willing to listen, be willing to make changes. And that's what we've been trying to do.
And in fact, we are going back through the instructional video series as we continue to improve it and finding things that we want to change, to re-record, to make it better and better for each group of students that comes through.
Right. So here we go.
All right.
Testimonial video coming right up.
Thanks
Enjoy.
for joining us.
I wish to welcome everybody to the CW Innovations. This is a recording about the folks you see here. Teri and I just finished leading a class, 25 Foxtrot. And we have some of the folks here who were in the class, and we just wanted to create a simple video that is really not about us at all. It's about the folks here, and John is here. John also was a big part of leading the class, but just wanted to make a video about their experience with the CW Innovations Comprehensive ICR course and the launch of the Instructional Video Series that Teri and I have put together. And this was the first time we had tried this, and these folks were really instrumental in helping us put that together.
Yeah, so let me introduce myself. My name is Chris. My call sign is Kilo 2, Mike Tango. I'm located in California. I first started doing CW at the very beginning of this year, and we're recording this like mid-2025, so around end of January. And I went through a bunch of different courses. I hadn't learned about CW Innovation at that time, but so I do have experience with some other classes, and that's the context I was going to this class with. I heard about this class about a month and a half into my journey. I think I saw it on someone's QRZ page or YouTube or something like that. One of the things I really liked about it when I first started it is the way the materials are delivered is kind of in small bite-sized chunks, and they build on top of each other. So some of the other classes I've taken, on day one, I had like a giant like handbook to go through with all these tools, and just like I figured it out, but it's just a lot of material at the beginning. So the way this course progressed for us is we had a video series we went through, tools were introduced one by one, and at a pace that felt very doable. And we got to talk about what we were working on in Discord as well. So I got to know my classmates, even though we were only meeting once a week. The thing that worked really well for me that I found unique about this class is a lot of the other classes I've tried focus on character speed, like word speed, so much so that it's like part of the description of the class. Like you're a beginner if you're this speed, you're intermediate if you're this speed, you're advanced if you're this speed. Whereas this course was less focused on the outcomes, at least it's the way I perceived it. It was less focused on the outcomes of a certain speed. And when I went into this course, I had a goal of like, I want to be this speed, but by the end, I kind of threw that away. And it's more focused on the process of learning and finding the best way for you to learn, and just giving you a bunch of tools so that when you are practicing on the air and you realize you're having a problem, you can identify what the problem is, and then you have a specific tool to address it. And as we're going through the course, we're like learning all these different tools and one by one. So yeah, it's great. Like the random speed goal that I had coming into this course, I reached like halfway through the course, and I wasn't really measuring it. It just happened. And I feel like, yeah, because I'm not setting these arbitrary checkpoints, I feel like I'm just like on a steady progression. I'm not reaching a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's just like, I'm just practicing every day and getting a little bit faster. And that's my main takeaway. So I feel like I have like the tools to get better. I have a habit in place now where I'm practicing a little bit each day. And when I'm on the air, I'm pretty relaxed because my practice session is very focused and it's much more difficult than anything I'm doing on the air.
Yeah, great. What are your plans going forward, Chris?
Like I said, I'm just focusing on the routine. So my plans are just to stay on the air and keep practicing 10 to 20 minutes a day with the tools that we've been using for the past couple of months. And I know that I'll just slowly get better and more relaxed on the air.
I think Chris did a great job encapsulating what our experience was. So thanks, Chris, for opening us up with all those great details. I will add, so I came across this course because I like to watch YouTube videos and I'm just kind of sitting around sometimes. And there was a ham radio duo YouTube channel that I found, and I was just kind of going through it because, of course, it was a couple, so it's kind of fun to see their interactions and see how they were doing things. And she, Becky, and 4BKY in the videos mentioned CW Innovations, and I've heard her sending on the air on her videos when she's doing demonstrations. And I thought, oh, this is great. So I started looking around, and then I found a YouTube video, which is very similar to what we're doing right now. It was a panel discussion from, I think, a previous class. Like Chris, I had taken some other classes that had different strategies, and I was kind of hitting, I wouldn't even say hitting a plateau because I hadn't even gotten far enough to hit a plateau. But I was just kind of not progressing. And the way that was learning, it was just kind of, you just come once or twice a week and you just hang out with the instructor, but there wasn't like a strategy for improvement. It was just kind of coming and just participating as you could, but there was no goal or no pathway, if you will. So anyway, I was watching the YouTube video, very much like this one, where previous CW Innovations class participants came together to discuss their experiences, and almost every single thing that people said on that panel were things I was thinking in my own mind, like, wow, that's my stumbling block, or wow, this person has my same issue. So it really kind of spurred me to reach out about the class, because I thought, I'm not going to fix these problems with the other thing I'm doing. So I need to try this. And so I had a great interview with Teri and was very impressed at your intake process, because you can tell you really want people who are motivated and want to do the course. And then once I was accepted and I was able to see kind of the curriculum, it was really impressive, as Chris said. Like, there was a plan so you could see where you were going to go and how you were going to improve. But then also, it wasn't like you stop when the class is over. Like, the class curriculum is set up in such a way, as Glenn said early on in our own course, it's like a tour of Europe. Like, you're going to just go over Paris, you're going to go over Munich, you're going to go over Rome, and then think about where you want to go back to visit deep, like more deeply. So now I have the entire tour book, and I can flip through to the different cities I want to go back and visit and do more work or see more museums or whatever, as a brief analogy. So I'm really excited. And again, to Chris's point, like, as we progress through the course, there were also tools to help us diagnose where we weren't solidifying any of our skills. So for me personally, that was ICR. So I never was taught to listen for the sound of the character. It was looking at the dits and das, and then I always felt like I was under pressure to count. And then right away in this class, we were able to get beyond that by ICR and quick ICR. Like, I never thought I could understand a character at 35, 40 words a minute. It just seemed like something so unattainable. But then we did it, and everybody in the class was doing it, and it wasn't that hard. I mean, of course, it progresses, and we got to words and building words. And of course, I need to go back and do more ICR so that next piece is a little better. But the other thing, so that's great. That was more about the curriculum and learning. The other thing I think this class, which was so great for me, that brought to me, was more confidence on the air. I had been on the air, I've been doing some scripted exchanges, but then anytime anyone went off script, I would get so nervous and I almost wanted to cut my radio off, because I didn't want to make a mistake, because I wasn't hearing what the person was saying and I was going to come back and say something dumb. So over time, with the ICR and participating in this class, I started to get confidence, and I could relax on the air and enjoy the conversation. And if you had told me at the beginning of this class that I would have had a 30-minute rag chew in Morse code at 14 words a minute, I would not have believed you. So I came in here probably about 10 to 12, and now I'm about 14, 15. I still want to get faster, but just the fact that I have confidence on the air, I don't worry about making mistakes. We have the missing fast skill. So if I miss some words, it doesn't matter. But if it does matter, I just question mark, go back to the person. And I'm really enjoying the hobby now. I get on the air and it doesn't matter. I can just relax and enjoy, and I understand what people are saying back to me and can communicate back. So it's great. This class has been like a game changer for me, and I think for a lot of people, if you Google around QRZ and you find people talking about the course, they all say it's like a game changer, and it really, really is. As Chris alluded to, the community of the people in the class, like, I mean, Teri and Glenn are amazing instructors. Y'all are so patient with us and our mistakes. You're very encouraging, but also having the community on Discord and the community in the class, it just really gives you even more confidence to get on the air, because you're going to be having conversations with your friends, and we're all learning together and supporting each other. So that's like a double bonus.
What is your plan for going forward, Heather, since we asked that of Chris?
So I'm going to be on the road a lot this summer. So I'm going to be listening to a lot of ICR in the car. I won't be driving, so I can pay attention. And I would like to become proficient enough where I can be very active on the CW traffic nets. I already am a net controller for a voice net, and I do a lot of digital traffic handling, but I would like to do CW traffic handling as well on a regular basis. So that's a big goal. I would also like to be able to operate CW portable. My Backyards on the Air program. I'd like to do that. So I'm close to some air conditioning and some water and other facilities. But yeah, I'd like to be able to do some portable operations and get some experience with that. But CW, and I have to say, ever since I started this course, I have not picked up my mic on my radio. I've been exclusively CW. I don't even want to do it. I mean, I think voice is great, but CW is so much fun. And I know, Teri, on your Poda Babe site, you all say, get on the air and have fun with CW. And it's so true. It's really fun. As we get older also, like my mom plays bridge. She's an excellent bridge player. I think CW is a way to keep not only to have fun with other people on the air, but it also keeps your brain active. Because I'm not going to be playing cards, but I love this. So it's all, not only is it fun, and you're, making friendships all over the world with your hobby, but you're also keeping your brain active for the long term. So I'm excited about that too. I wouldn't have believed any of these things y'all told us at the beginning of the course that were achievable, but they all are. Yep. And we just have to want it, and we have to just use the tools that y'all have given us, and it can happen. So very exciting.
I started with CW as a new challenge that I was looking for in the hobby. And honestly, there's nothing that keeps you going like CW. There's never really a boring moment, but there are moments where you may want to give up because you feel like, why am I doing this? And why can't I get better at it? Mm-hmm. So, and that's how I came across CWI, is because I was looking for, I guess we all look for that magic pill. Mm-hmm. And there really isn't a magic pill, right, but there is a method. Mm-hmm. And each of the programs that I've gone to or looked into don't have a real method where there's a set, do this, then let's do this. Don't forget the first step, because the first step is as important as the last step. And that's what CWI is. You're giving us essentially a box that you open up, and everything is inside to grab at any given moment that you need it to fill whatever need you need to address in your growth in CW. And that's what I found to have here. The videos help. It's nice viewing the videos as opposed to taking up multiple days to get together. It's nice getting together that once a week and sharing our stories. The videos help with that. It gives you the guidance, because I may be thinking of something and I'll miss something, and the videos help me to go back to it. So again, the course gives you, structure, direction, and that's the primary, that's the number one benefit of doing CWI. And also, you guys as instructors, you don't get caught up in just sharing your story and not allowing everybody else to share their experience, which I found as a leader of the group, a positive for the both of you. You were able to allow us to shine and share our struggles and our successes. Because honestly, between everybody that attended our class, there was a lot of success stories. I came into this recognizing words, recognizing letters. My ICR was fairly strong, but now it's become stronger. But I'm getting to a point where, where I was missing 80% of everything. I'm missing 50. I'm missing now. It's just hearing, because I've been using the method that you've shared to help me improve my skills in this hobby. And that's all I could do is thank you for sharing that.
Well, you're welcome. And
Thank
you
you.
guys are the focus. I mean, that's the reason why we're here, is to help all of you. So I'm glad to know that you felt like you guys were the focus, because you should be the focus of this
That's
class.
what this is all about. Yeah. John, you were a very important part of who we are and what we do, and I'd be remiss if you weren't in here talking about your experience, just briefly, if you would, with CWI, but more importantly, kind of how you saw this shape out with the video series and all of that, please.
One of the things that keeps me coming back as a coach is watching the development of people. I especially like the ones that are doubters. It's like, yeah, I'll see if you can really teach me this stuff. And then they get, maybe 2 or 3 classes in, and all of a sudden you see the lights, you see their eyes starting to light up because the things are starting to happen. And it's gratifying to help people develop their CW, but it's also even more gratifying to develop more friends on the air. But watching the development, it's especially this class, you guys really gelled right out of the gate. Just my association with CWI, since I went through the course a couple of years ago, it's just been one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me in my CW career and my ham radio career, because 47 years in the hobby, you kind of get to a stage where you've been there, done that. And I've been active in CW all that time. But once I went through the course and started getting more active in CW, everything got so much easier and so much more enjoyable. I enjoy helping people, but I also feel a bit of a debt to CW Innovations to help other people learn, because it meant so much to me in revitalizing my enjoyment of the hobby.
One thing, if I could interject about the helping each other, Rich and I had shared on the Discord page the other day. So I don't know how long Rich has been doing the code, but I've just been doing it since February of this year, so a couple of months. And you could not have told me that I would be actually slowing down for someone else 3 months ago. But then Rich and I both had experiences like within the past week where we were on and there was a newer person coming up. So we needed to slow down, and it felt so great to be the faster one who had to slow down. Like, okay, we're not the ones at the bottom anymore, but yet we're up enough. We're not up with the big guys, but we're up enough where we can still help someone else and encourage someone else who's just starting out. It was great.
I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for being in the class. I appreciate your willingness to come on here and do this and tell us your stories, because I think this may encourage a lot of people going forward.